Mount Pleasant is known for its oak-lined historical downtown and its southern charm, but its winding waterways and access to the Atlantic Ocean also make it a top angling destination. That's why we're here today. We'll run through the top catches, best spots to find them, and when to visit so that you can get the most out of your Mount Pleasant fishing adventure. But before you do, be sure to like and subscribe to watch more videos about the hottest fishing destinations around the world. There are a range of fishing grounds on offer out of Mount Pleasant, which also means a variety of fish at your disposal. We'll start inshore and work our way out, kicking off with everyone's favorite shallow water species, redfish. Reds are available year-round, but they grow to impressive sizes in Mount Pleasant come fall. You can target them throughout winter when the offshore fishing slows down. This is when the calmer, shallow waters of the rivers, sounds, and bays come alive with fish and plenty of anglers seeking them. Along with redfish, you'll be able to go after spotted sea trout, sheepshead, and black drum at this time of year, with fishing near the jetties yielding the best results. Sticking with the inshore theme, it's not only all go in fall and winter. In fact, all the creatures we just mentioned are available in spring and summer too. This is peak season in Mount Pleasant with the arrival of Jack Crevalle and even tarpon, who light up the shallows during the hottest months of the year. With flounder also in the cards, you'll get to test your skills and strength before heading home with a tasty treat to cook up after your trip. Moving near shore, there are plenty of fish that love to congregate near the inlet and along the artificial reefs just beyond. We're talking amberjack, cobia, kingfish, Spanish mackerel, and so on. These fish all visit Mount Pleasant shores from spring through fall when the warmer weather makes for more comfortable living conditions. But don't discount a nearshore trip in winter. Black sea bass and triggerfish will make you work up a sweat even in the coldest months, along with the occasional red snapper. One thing's for sure, you'll never be lacking for tasty fish fillets. And things only get better the further out you go. The warm waters of the Gulf Stream bring with them a range of exciting pelagics. Wahoo kick off the season in March, with mahi-mahi not far behind. But it's all building up to the billfish season, with blue and white marlin and sailfish biting through the summer. These brutal beasts are at the top of everyone's bucket list, so make sure to book your trip in advance to avoid missing out. After learning about what you can catch, you're probably wondering where's the best place to go find the fish. With numerous rivers, sounds, bays, and the mighty Atlantic Ocean at your doorstep, you'll never be far from a good place to cast your line in Mount Pleasant. Shem Creek runs right through the heart of town, and that's your go-to spot for flounder in summer and sea trout in winter. That's great news for newbies and families, as you'll get to practice your sight casting skills right there. That doesn't mean there's nothing for pros though. Quite the opposite. This is where tarpon show up in summer, giving avid anglers a shot at a personal best. The flats around Gray Bay and Copahee Sound are also full of prized fish, but the jetties and bridges out where the Cooper and Wando rivers meet Charleston Harbor are the best spots for bull redfish, black sea bass, sheepshead, and even sharks. Head out beyond the inlet and the Atlantic Ocean is your oyster. Artificial reefs such as PA-25 will be your first port of call just a few miles from shore. Then you can reef hop all the way to the Gulf Stream where your mahi-mahi, wahoo, and billfish encounters will take place. Now that you know where to go, it's time to look at how to get the most out of your Mount Pleasant fishing trip. Fishing from a charter boat has a number of advantages over fishing from shore. Naturally, in order to reach the deep sea fishing grounds, you'll need a boat. But even an inshore or nearshore trip is likely to be more successful with a professional guide. They'll know exactly where the local honey holes are and will have perfected their skills for each specific species. They'll also cover all the gear you'll need for your trip, so all you have to do is focus on fishing. That's not to say you can't have a good time fishing from shore though. Mount Pleasant is home to a number of piers and jetties that are great for casting a line from. In fact, these structures are a magnet for baitfish and predators alike, so you can get your hands on some impressive species from shore. Just be aware that when fishing from shore, you'll need to get your own license. Speaking of licenses, we just need to fill you in on some rules and regulations before you hit up Mount Pleasant. Anyone fishing with a charter won't need a fishing license, but anyone fishing solo or on foot will. There are also bag and size limits for every fish species. For example, you can only keep one tarpon within a certain size per trip, however catch and release is encouraged. It's a similar story for billfish and a number of other creatures. Other than that, just make sure to bring plenty of fluids on board with you, dress for the weather, and get ready for a memorable time fishing in Mount Pleasant. And that covers it. You're now ready to head to Mount Pleasant to take on the wealth of fish that swim in its waters. Once you're ready, visit FishingBooker.com or just download the app. You'll browse the largest selection of fishing charters, not only in Mount Pleasant, but the whole of South Carolina and US as well. It can't get any easier than that. So what are you waiting for? Get ready for your Mount Pleasant fishing adventure today.